What's up? I'm Grady.
I'm Johnny.
And we play in a band called Anxious. We're here today at Wanna Hear It Records in Watertown, Massachusetts. Bumper Cover has given us $50. We're gonna buy some records. Let's go.
The money.
This is a really cool new book. It's called The Record Aficionado. It's through this cool press called Tumbled Leather. Basically, it's just this guy like uncovering like really cool information about like just like iconic like 80s hardcore releases. He's done a couple series now. He's done one that like focuses just on like Revelation Records releases. I have the first two. I have this one and this one, so number 2 and 3. But what's really cool about this to me is it's a Connecticut dude, so he does like a lot of like cool features on like Connecticut bands. So there's like a lot of stuff about like Wide Awake and like Aware, which I feel like you never see in like the Connecticut Fun comp. I don't know, it's just like tons of like cool layout stuff, reviews and stuff. So for me, it's like really interesting to get to check all that stuff out. I learned that 80s zines are pretty ruthless in the review department. Some people not too nice, and really not too nice about 80s Connecticut straight edge bands, so pretty cool. This is Give. It's like one of my favorite like newer bands. They called it quits a couple years ago, but still like one of like my favorite like hardcore bands like ever, and definitely of like the last couple years. I think like when I first started going to shows, like when I was high school, like I think I caught them like once like 8 or 9 times in a year. But this is like a tape that they did. I think it's called the Voodoo leather tape. I know it came with a zine, and I think they like only made like a couple hundred of these, but I have like every single thing from Give, but I don't have this one tape, so I'm really excited to grab this. Going in the same vein of Give, of every band I have every release of. Blink-182, I have every single release from on vinyl. I'm a fan, except for this one, which I will eludes me even further because of $225 price tag. This is a band called Release. They're like late 80s, like early 90s, like 1990, like New Jersey straight edge hardcore band. This is actually, they have 2 releases, or 2 7-inches and a demo. Their other 7-inch, The Pain Inside, is like my favorite stuff from them. This stuff's pretty cool too, though. It like gets a little bit heavier, a little bit like, almost a little bit more metallic, but like more in like the like Judge way, not in like actually like super metallic way. But I have this 7-inch, so I will not be buying it, but I did want to talk about it. So Release, New Jersey straight edge.
A lot of musicians and like people that I respect, like their craft, a lot of the times what they do is they go into a record store and they see something that is visually appealing to them and they grab it and listen to it, and that's how they find new music. So I'm just kind of trying to get in that same vein where I'm just like, okay, like I love this album art, like let me see if like the music also speaks to me. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to do that today for sure. I'm talking about beabadoobee. Yeah. If you like to rock, this is it right here. I don't know, beabadoobee is killing it. There's a few songs on this, but Worth It is obviously the jam for me. I probably won't be buying this one, but I mean, notable for sure.
So I'm not normally one for soundtracks, or certainly not buying them on vinyl, but Aliens is like my favorite franchise of all time. The song that's playing when like the Marines are charging like into the alien hive, like some band should like start their set with the lights out and just playing that song. It's either Going After Newt or Ripley's Rescue. It kicks ass. This is 7 Seconds, The Crew. This is the new re-release. It's like I picked it up in Connecticut a couple months ago, but it comes with like a really cool like 20-page booklet about the history of the band. It's really cool. Trust Records re-released it, but it originally came out on a Better Youth organization. This record's like so important to me. I found it in a record store in Darien actually when I was like 13, and I put it like I took it home. I had no idea what it was, but I like put it on my turntable, and it like blew my mind. Cause like before that I was like into like punk, sort of like skate punk stuff, but I was just starting to like navigate into like hardcore and stuff, and it's like the perfect record for that, because it's like, it's definitely a hardcore record, but it's like you know, Kevin Seconds' vocals are like super melodic. I mean, he's singing on it. But yeah, no. So this is my favorite record from the band. But so they also have some other releases. 1+1 is also fantastic. Fun fact, this is the record that made me go straight edge. So literally claimed edge like 20 minutes after listening to it, which is a funny story. But yeah, The Crew. If you haven't heard it, you should. There's a band called Cornerstone. They're from Bethel, Connecticut. They're from the 90s. Some of the members would also play in Fast Break, which is a Connecticut band that would later claim Boston. But yeah, this is their debut LP, only LP, and it's kind of posthumous too. I mean, it came out, I think, on vinyl like a couple years after the band broke up. A really cool like youth crew band. They brought back like a really cool like just fast like youth crew style. And they're like literally one of my favorites. This record actually just got remastered and put on streaming for the first time ever by Static Era in Connecticut. So if you haven't listened to this, you definitely should. Not For You is the track, in my opinion. Cornerstone. Keeping in theme, this is Follow Through. This is Taking It Back. This is their debut LP. I know it's their only LP. Again, they're part of like that like era of like Connecticut hardcore that I was just talking about, where it's like very direct, like very fast youth crew stuff. The members in this band would go on to be in like Right Brigade and Tenfold and stuff like that. So yeah, this band's fantastic. And this is actually one of the few Connecticut hardcore releases too that I don't have in my possession. So I'm actually really excited to get to. I know Johnny behind me is really bummed that I found it before he did. Oh yeah.
I mean, I was pretty young and on a website called Pure Volume, and I had my little account, and it was kind of just like a MySpace, but like more music based. And I found this band on that website, and I would say that's probably where I started getting into like, you know, heavier tinged music. Smashed into pieces, and then I watched like all the music videos and stylized myself after that pretty much. I don't know, this band is like huge for me, and we still jam them in the van. Ryan and Anxious loves this band too, so shout out to him, and we have a good time. So
it's the New York hardcore comp from Revelation Records. This comp's awesome. The breakdown song Sick People is probably my favorite on it. The Bold track Wise Up is great. A lot of cool stuff on this. I actually, thinking back about that book I was talking earlier, there's some review in there where someone's like getting all pissed at Gorilla Biscuits for the track Better Than You, and getting into the elitism or the perceived elitism of straight edge hardcore. But I think it rocks.
This is Floorpunch. A wise man once said, if you don't like Floorpunch, you're not straight edge. So this is it. You want to be straight edge? All you have to do is listen to this record, and instantly it just happens. Seahaven record came out on Run for Cover Records, and yeah, I mean, this song Slow Down is probably like one of my favorite songs ever. I've been, you know, spinning this record and constantly, like almost too much, and yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna end up getting this one. It's pretty cool.
All right, we're here with famed RFC recording artist Ryan of Anxious and One Step Closer. Ryan, we're here in Boston today. We're hoping that we could talk to you about your findings at Want to Hear It Records in Boston.
Yes. Okay. Let me. Pull
yeah. Tell us what you got here.
All right. Hold on. Let me get. So, I got this Justice record. Where are they from? They're from Belgium, I believe Belgium. But it's like probably one of my favorite Lock and Out releases, and I've actually never seen the 12-inch like physically. I used to listen to this on YouTube because it's not on like any of the streaming platforms or anything. So this record is awesome though. So if you've never heard of it, definitely check it out if you like just straight up like lights out type hardcore and stuff like that. So anything Lock and Out.
Sam Allen, famed bass player of Anxious and GI Bill, Full Color Dream, vocalist, singer in End on End.
I really do it all.
A renaissance man in his own right. Sure. We're going to cover his finds today.
First up, we have Self-Defense Family, Performative Guilt. Great. Came out a couple of years ago on 6131. First track, Rest in Peace for the Air Shall Not Be Repeated. On repeat 3 months ago at my flower delivery truck job. In the AirPods, you know, I'm racking up the roses, going crazy with it. Just a good track. I had to cop the epic Outburst bootleg.
Dope.
Great New York hardcore band. What can be said? That hasn't been said already. I got this Green by R.E.M. tape. You definitely know the song Orange Crush. The song Hair Shirt, track 9, goated. Mom used to play this in the car when we'd go to Buy for Less to get groceries in Oklahoma City. Shout out Buy for Less. And then last, but certainly not least, despite what some might say,
I don't know what you were talking about at all.
Battery, Whatever It Takes, their final record, I believe, on Revelation. One of my favorite straight edge bands ever. Often maligned by haters because they're everywhere. But truly amazing band, great lyrics, awesome two-step parts. They put out a greatest hits on Revelation maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago now, so great place to dive in. If you're like skinny and out of shape like me and you're getting mad about people beating you up at shows, check out the song Go Back to the Gym.
This is Worship and Tribute by Glassjaw. It's a fantastic post-hardcore record. Very important to me growing up. It's super, it's like heavy, but it's also like super fun, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, which I think is really cool. And there's a lot of like fun, wacky shit going on. A lot of crazy fucking guitars.
This record is very Dante.
It's very me. You know, like just it's got the right amount of pop in it. It's got the right amount of hard rock edge to it. And it's an early aughts, which is like most of the music I'm really into is around from then. So it's a great pick. But we're not buying it today.
But we're not buying it. All right, here's one. Here's one right here. This is Knuckle Pucks 2020. Also released in 2020. They were damn near mid-rollout during coronavirus and whatnot. And this record during quarantine was huge for me, especially the singles. There's a few songs on this. Green Eyes is one of the best Knuckle Puck tracks. This is actually a big record for me. And yeah, I mean, I like all of Knuckle Puck's stuff, but this is it for me. So.
All right, final calls. I'm going heavy in the hardcore vein today. We got Follow Through, we got New York City hardcore, and branching out a little bit with the Give tape. So those are my final picks.
Seahaven, Winter Forever on Oxblood, and I mean, this is going to be my one and only pick today, and I'm super stoked. Thanks, Run for Cover.
Thank you, Run for Cover.
We need the card.
Hand over the cat.
Thank you, Run for Cover. Thank you, Want to Hear It Records. We bought a bunch of stuff. It was a great time.
Thanks, guys.
Peace. Bye.
Later.
Woo.